there's some serious stuff we have to talk about. I was just watching my favorite streamer on the gambling site, kick.tv, and apparently trans people aren't real. So, the f***'s up with that? Have you guys been lying to me? Bro, like, was this like some prank you guys pulled? Bro, like, a funny joke, guys. You got us, like... Hold on. Like, listen, we don't jump into this stuff too much, but, like, we got to jump into this one. We like, hold on. It's like, hold on. Okay. All right. So for those wondering, and I'll talk a little bit about my grandpa and other stuff while I've been taking a break. But yes, I'll talk about this later. But yes, my grandpa did pass away. But I did want to this was just so insane to me. I had to. Yeah, even if Krams is, tries to keep me out of drama, but this one's just...
Nick, the transphobe struggling against the trans game. There's no such thing as trans people.
Okay. Now, hear me out, and let me cook on this. Normally, I would say he's just, kind of bigoted here, and, like, there's, like, a bunch of... But with that background music, it actually sounds like trans people, like you guys... it was like a fucking inside job. Like, there's like a crazy like cabal like secret. It's like they're not fucking real. Like, oh shit! Like, listen to the music.
Nick, the transphobe struggling against the trans game. There's no such thing as trans people. That's something that you created.
Oh, shit!
So have fun with your little dreamland. But that shit's not even real. Let me break it down for you, right? Penis, dude. Vagina, girl, done. Come in here with that fucking trans... Nick, the transphobe struggling against the trans game. There's no such thing as trans people.
Okay, you have to admit, though. Like, listen, so for those wondering, I'm going to make jokes about this. Obviously, I think it's fucking stupid. And I'll talk a little bit about it. But I think the funniest shit is... I know it's Pride Month, but you have to admit, when he says it, it almost sounds... like it's not a bigoted thing, but actually like we've uncovered like some sort of conspiracy. Like, what if trans people aren't real? None of this is real. Like, everything is fake. None of it's been real.
The transphobe struggling against the trans game. There's no such thing as trans people.
On that music drop, like, what?
That's something that you created.
Oh shit! We created it! Oh, shit!
So have fun with your little dreamland.
They have a dreamland?
But that
like, bro, this is my reaction. I'm like, what? They have a dreamland. How do I go? Like, what the fuck? Anyways, the other clip. Hold on. All right, let's see.
I don't care about the percentages or the cuts or whatever.
Hey, also real quick, I'm going to make a lot of jokes about this, but I want to just be very clear here. We are a... Oh God, I always get the acronym wrong, but LGBTQIA friendly stream and space. To the trans viewers out there who do like my content, watch that shit, you are welcome here. If you do have a dreamland that you are keeping secret from me, I would like you to tell me, but you're welcome here regardless. But yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I feel a certain way about all that. And I've said my piece, and I will remind these fucking people that, again, the little dream fantasy bullshit that they're living in is not real life, and not everybody has to dance to their tune. That's not how that works. You don't get to go around and point your finger in people's chests and say, hey, you live in my world. You think the way that I think. You believe the way that I believe. No. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. It never has been, and it never will be. So if you guys want to live like that, go ahead. Do what you want to do. Not me. And I don't need people to agree with me. I don't need no echo chamber bullshit. This is the way that my wife and I feel. This is the way that my family feels, the people that are closest to me. And we're going to speak our fucking piece. And that's it. And it might be a thing that goes around, you know, like, look, it's June. I get it, man. Everybody's like, woo. I mean, I don't fucking care.
I'm going to be honest. Like, the funniest thing is now to me, like, Kick at its best is just a gambling promotion site. Like, Kick, guys, least problematic Kick streamer. Listen, you know what? Hey, I just want to say thank you so much, Nickmercs, you know, for being he got through all that without a slur. So honestly, hey, least problematic Kick streamer. I love it. That's great. What did I say to you guys? Yeah, here's a little bit of Blau's BS on this. And you know what? Listen. To be fair, I'm actually gonna try. I am gonna try and approach this from like an empathetic sort of perspective. I don't think I need to convince my viewers and my audience or like my community. Like I know where you guys stand. So consider this like a sort of a. I'll try to like take an empathetic stance. And actually try to like. I'll bite. That little dream fantasy BS that they live in is not real life, and not everyone has to dance to their tune. And this idea that they're not real, but trans people are real. They exist. It's an identity that has come up in cultures independent of each other, and yeah, like just like we as people are complicated people, like. What's even crazy is in this clip when he says like you want to be like one of these like biological fucking science nerds, bro. There's so many species that are not as complex as humans that don't boil down to if you have a dick, you're a dude. If you have a vagina, you're a girl. That's not even true for a lot of like really primitive species. The reality of it is it's. Like, I don't understand why people don't realize that this concept would exist in our ideas of sexuality and our ideas of identity and who we are. Like, we're pretty fucking complex people. We built fucking nuclear reactors, the internet. Someone printed all these fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards and came up with the Exodia mill deck. Right? Like I have an Exodia mill deck that like fucking spell counter, draw 2 card, pot of greed, draw 2 card. I have these 5 cards in my hand. I win the game. We have that complex shit. So why would we as people not also reflect on concepts of our sex and of our gender and then have complicated and nuanced perspectives on identity? You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of insane. Anyways, I want to be clear. 99% of me thinks that this is just absolutely bullshit and hilarious and funny and it's a classic Nickmercs. 1% of me though is a little worried that 1%. I'll admit, chat. 1% of me is worried that trans people have a secret dreamland. And you guys are gatekeeping it from me, and that you guys have collectively lied to me about your existence. So I know it's Pride Month, but I'm on to you guys. I fucking big old like for instance, big old facts. Trust science, not a person's fuzzy feelings, bro. Feelings are a part of science. Holy shit! Like, the idea that someone can feel a certain way, like if there was no occurrence of this and it's just like one person, I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. But it's like, hey, look, here's a phenomenon. Which, by the way, apparently is like really overblown. There was like a study where people asked like, yeah, what percentage of the population is trans? And people like drastically overestimated it. They were like, it's fucking 20%. Like, no, it's actually like substantially smaller than that. But it's large enough that it's like occurring in all of these different cultures in different parts of the world across humankind. So at that point, you're like, huh, well, that's an interest. Like, think about it this way, huh? That's an interesting phenomenon. Someone, born in a male body, but identifies as a woman and has, those sorts of physics. And we're seeing this occur multiple times. Huh. Let's study that. And by studying it, it's like now we've brought it into the realm of science, right? So it is, and there are studies on this, right? Which is why it's like crazy. Like I think that it's wild that people think that it's like. I mean, even at the start, it's like.
Nick, the transphobe struggling against the trans game. There's no such thing as trans people.
I'm sorry, I can't. I know it's. Listen, I know it's Pride Month, and I'm supposed to, and like I want you guys to know, I do take the. Part of me joking about this is because I do think that this whole thing's a fucking joke. But you have to admit that, like, when he drops there's no such thing as trans people, and then the music picks up, it does sound like it's a fucking anime, and that, like, trans people have actually, like, secretly gate-kept, like, the fucking fountain of immortality or some shit, and that you guys actually do have, like, a dream world that you're accessing that, I have to, like, I have to get, like, a key that's, like, the male emblem and the female emblem, and I have to align them at like moonlight to unlock the dream world, Oh no, chat, he's on to us.
Nick, the transphobe struggling against the trans game. There's no
Stop,
such thing as
you're
trans
getting
people.
Too close.
That's something that you created.
Okay, but it's like, right, like, but something you created. Okay, like, humans have created a lot of concepts. Because we create something, it doesn't mean it's not real. Like, what the fuck? Like, I guess, one thing that would be interesting is like for instance, if we meet with some fucking alien species, like, let me put it to you this way. This is actually crazy. If we met with an alien species, which is more likely? We meet with a giga advanced alien species. Fucking interstellar travel, warp drive, black hole. What do you think is more likely? We meet with them and they're like, they pull up and they're like, so, you guys got two genders? You guys got male and female? You guys got dudes and chicks? You got fucking dick and pussy? Who's got your dicks? Who's got your pussies? Or are they going to come to us and be like, we have transcended the concepts of our reproduction. We now, reproduce through our self-conscious and awareness, creating new life in our ever-ending consciousness that ebbs as we are all one. Like, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that trans people are going to unlock interstellar travel for us. But I'm not saying that they're not going to. Like, you guys know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, the idea that we have that, and be like, oh my God, like, it's all made up, it's all fake, all this. It's like, well, I mean, that's what we like. We're an advanced species. Of course, we've created concepts of identity and have reflected on aspects of how certain things make us feel. And I mean, even some of these concepts of gender identity were existing in ancient times, even, and they've been documented, right? But it's like probably more prevalent now because we're actually more advanced now because, oh my God, we are a complex species that has nuanced thoughts about sexuality, gender, religion, all sorts of shit, right? Like, you know what I mean?